Hey, this is Danny and Alex from Metal Temple, and today we have the pleasure of interviewing Evile. How are you guys doing?
Awesome, thank you.
Very good, thank you very much.
So obviously this show was originally planned for about 2 years ago, but yeah, nearly, yeah. So it's like
You might have planned it 3 years ago.
Yeah. Mad.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, but so obviously it's been a while. Last time you played it was with Creator.
Yes.
So obviously you're back in Manchester. You're happy to be back?
Yeah, definitely.
Very, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can we sort of expect from your set tonight?
Songs. All of Skull. We're playing all of Skull. Because we never got the chance to tour it properly.
Yeah.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. So we're now able to do it in full for people.
Yes. The album cycle got cut short, really, with all leaving the band and everything. The band pretty much ground to a halt shortly after the album's release. So we didn't really get a chance to go anywhere with it, do anything with it. So this is what we've been chomping on the bit for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
We want to just get the album out there and let people listen to it live.
Yeah. Well, like I said, obviously it's been out for like 2.5 years now. So, so how do you think that people have been receiving it and everything?
We don't know. We think people like it. So far, the past couple of gigs, you can tell people are not as familiar with it.
Yeah.
You can tell, but it's still going down really well, which is good. And the more we play it, the better it can get, I guess.
Obviously, you got a new addition to the band. Obviously, Piers is in, and he's been in for about a year or so, haven't you?
Something just over, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably about 14 months officially.
Yeah.
So I mean, how are you fitting into the band, and how's it all going in terms of that sort of stuff?
It's really, really good, thank you. Yeah, they're all lovely. Get on really well. Everyone clicked straight away. So, just being truthful.
He gets a lot of abuse.
Yeah, I'm called new guy.
Out of him daily.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been really good. Challenging, but good.
Yeah. Well, obviously, have you got any? I know that you've obviously it's been nearly 3 years since Soul's come out. So, are you all working on new material and stuff?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
We've got ideas, but we've not actually officially started writing with them yet. We've got a couple of riffs recorded,
Yeah.
but nothing that you'd call writing yet. But we are planning to start as soon as possible.
And what do you think people can expect from any new record that potentially could come out? Is it going to be more, because obviously you have a lot more progressive stuff in your sound as well?
Yeah, well, we don't know. It's going to be a different process. Because the process before, for the past, all the albums so far, was All was the main songwriter mostly, and we'd get together and work on the things that he produced. So I'd throw in a song every now and then, or Ben would chuck in bits, and Joe or Mike would throw. Well, Mike had loads of his songs himself, so it's going to be really different. We've got more of a team effort, I think.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to bring their own influences in.
The whole dynamic of the band's changed, really, with Piers joining, so it is going to be a completely new ballgame for us. And it's going to be an interesting one, because we don't know how it's going to work, but there's a good feeling in the band again, so if we're all pulling in the same direction, it can only get better.
Yeah, it's going to sound like Entombed.
That's a good direction to go in, obviously.
Absolutely.
So obviously, this is the first proper headline tour you've done for a while. So, in terms of touring, are you doing more extensive stuff over the next year or two?
Well, if we're going to be honest about it, we kind of can't really. It's difficult to do because we all work at the same time. So we've kind of got to balance the two things. What we can do, what we want to do, and what we can actually do are very different things. So we just go take what comes really, and see what we can fit in.
It's a snowball effect all over again.
Yeah.
We've got to do what comes our way when we can, factor it into everything that we have to do to make ends meet, bill pay and all that kind of stuff. Everyone's got to work. So as that decreases and the gigs come back in and increase, then hopefully it'll turn around and it'll get to a point where the band becomes self-sustainable. That's any band's dream, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just hoping you can make it happen.
I mean, obviously, you guys are from Huddersfield. It's kind of like, in terms of metal music, people tend to sort of think it comes from different areas. It's not one of the areas people automatically think of when it comes to music.
Huddersfield is not one of those areas.
I mean, I'm from a similar area. I'm from Shipley. So, was there any way that you sort of think that Huddersfield sort of got into the music in any way, or is it just kind of?
It's always had its own little scene, as Huddersfield. We used to play with quite a few bands, quite a lot there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's still
What kills it is everywhere. All like the pubs that we used to go around watching bands are all shutting down for whatever reasons. There's no real gigs to play in Huddersfield anymore, apart from maybe 2 or 3. And back when me and Matt were going around watching bands when we were younger and having beers and stuff, there must have been 20 at least. And it's just dwindled, and the opportunity for bands to come into Huddersfield and play is very limited to just like I said, 2 or 3 venues.
I mean, around that area, it's always kind of a bit like it's always kind of circular in terms of the bands. You always know that around about a certain time of year, a certain band is going to play, and it's kind of it gets a little bit.
That's happened, yeah, and especially with Huddersfield being placed in between Manchester, Leeds, Sheffield. All bands just go to those places and just kind of funnel around Huddersfield, so it's hard to catch. But you don't see big bands there at all.
Yeah, it's kind of weird like that in terms of you're kind of close to big cities, but you're not in the same.
Yeah, it's not hard to get to these places. What, 20-minute train ride?
Yeah,
easy. But some people don't do that, do they? I guess it's weird. Yeah, strange place, but lovely.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to ask is, it's more like an off-topic sort of thing that I always ask for people. Is there any kind of music recommendations that you'd have for any listeners of the people listening to the interview?
Creedence Clearwater Revival. Gruesome. Band called Gruesome. Sound just like death.
Yeah, great band.
Yeah.
And, just always listen to Slayer. Yeah. Always.
It's a given, isn't it? Really. I haven't heard the new one yet as well. I've heard it's alright. It's alright. Yeah. That's what I've heard. It's alright.
Do you have any questions?
I'll ask one on behalf of Mike. What's the most weirdest thing that a fan has ever done in your presence throughout your entire career?
Anything. Someone asked us once if we'd sign his leg, to which we bent down to actually sign his leg, whereupon he then bent down and took his leg off and gave it to us in our hands, and we signed it. It was a prosthetic leg and we didn't know. That's probably the weirdest thing that's happened to me.
That was pretty weird.
Yeah, we didn't expect it. It took us by surprise. So
fans though,
we've been chased after in Calgary when we were just going down to the shops. We got recognised from over the street, and some guy ran after us wanting autographs and stuff. That was pretty weird. Some guy at the other side of the world shouldn't know who a band like us is, so that was pretty weird.
I once signed a loaf of bread for someone. That's about as weird.
I think that's it. Weird things that people bring to sign. We've signed blades of grass, sponges.
We did sign a blade of grass. We did. It was difficult.
Soil. We've signed some soil.
Where was that?
That was at Bloodstock, actually.
Yeah. We signed some very 20p pieces. Signed some.
Yeah.
We signed some weird things. Yeah. Not boobs or anything. Blades of grass.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
They're definitely different from tits and asses and stuff that most bands are doing.
I don't think we're that privileged.
I don't think we are.
What's the final question is, have you got any message for your fans that are listening to the interview?
Just thank you for sticking with us in the 2-year hiatus we've had. It's been weird for us not gigging, but tonight seems to be a sellout show, and that's testament to our fans, so I just want to say thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah.
Being so patient.
Yeah, what Ben said. Yeah, we don't plan on going anywhere. Yeah. Apart from, if Piers quits. I don't think he will. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be doing this for quite a while, so cheers for sticking with us. Here's to many years of metal.
Well, thanks for the time, guys.
Thank you very much.